So, how are you feeling?
I feel good, as of right now. I feel really good.
Did, anything in particular stand out, in the session?
Today's session?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of just movement in my shoulders, and a lot of, I could feel like goosebumps, I guess you would say, energy, a lot. It's like battling with myself, trying to release in a calming manner, more so than last night's violent episode.
Right.
Like I said, last night was very intense, and today when you played certain songs that you played last night made me angry.
Mm-hmm.
But I fought that anger and just tried to release, and it helped.
Yes, today was definitely a lot more smoother.
Yeah.
Than yesterday.
I'm not as foggy as I was yesterday. It's like a blur, like a dream. Like I remember everything, but it's just like it's like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Just like last night, the dreams that I had,
Yeah, that stuff's on another level right there.
Yeah, it was.
What's so significant about that dream is you confronted your fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ended up trying to look for it.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, this is enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even though I was still scared, I still, tried to get past it, get through it, but I was still scared when I woke up. And when I came here, I was feeling really anxious, really nervous. And after I got off the table, I just feel like a weight was lifted off my chest.
Good.
And feel a lot better. And I didn't believe at all. Like, I'm still skeptical just because I don't even know what happened. I can't explain it. There's no words.
You have to edit it by laughing at the video. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no words to explain how it made me feel.
I think the cameraman was the only person expecting to happen what happened. I certainly, I did not expect that to happen.
I didn't either. I wasn't expecting anything to happen at all. But once I let go is when it started popping off and things started, my body started reacting. And it was, the first session was really emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And the second session was more violent. And today's session was very calming and relieving.
Good.
So it was like a build-up.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like you found yourself, and you found your demons, and then today we got rid of them. You know what I'm saying? And now it's me trying to figure out what I'm going to do with all this information. Which is why I'm still my head's just still kind of, I don't know what to do with all this information. It's very hard to comprehend.
It's definitely going to take some time to integrate all that gold, it's intense to think that everything you ever knew might not be true.
And I was scared about that last night, but I'm not now.
Good.
Or at least not as much. There's still some fear, of the unknown. Who's not scared of things that you don't know?
Right.
But I feel a lot better about it and more confident.
Good. Great. I couldn't be more pleased.
Mm.
It was very,
And again, I barely slept last night. I feel like I didn't sleep at all, and when I came here I was groggy, irritable, just was okay mood, but not the best. But when I woke up, I just felt like just rejuvenated. Even though I didn't sleep, I feel so much better. I didn't want to do anything today. Now I want to go and, fucking do some shit, get some shit done. I just feel so much better.
We got some of those holes filled up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's, a lot of today was a lot of cleaning up, you know what I mean? Cleaning up the mess, instead of, just so much extremeness, you know what I mean? It's just crazy.
And I didn't believe it. I didn't believe a word of it. In my second session, I thought, well, the first session, It was very intense. How long did it take for me to respond on my first session?
The first session, as soon as I laid my hand on you.
Really?
So within like 2 minutes. And then that's when I knew, I said, okay, this is going to be interesting.
And then the second session, it took you what, like 10 minutes?
It took about
15 minutes
until...
with no reaction at all.
Mm-hmm.
Until you touched a certain spot. And then my body started responding.
Yep.
And that was intense because I was laying on the table like, all right, this, everything, there's nothing going on here, like it's, I don't know what happened earlier, but there's nothing going on now, and everything's cool. And then all of a sudden, like, I was like, oh, like I started seizing. It felt like it was like I couldn't like control anything that was going on. As soon as you touched a spot, it took like literally, it seemed like almost instantaneously, like just my muscles started convulsing, and I could feel like just the overwhelming of goosebumps, like and the energy just all over my body, like more intense than I've ever felt. Like if you hear like a very inspiring song or like something you just love and you just get that feeling all over your body, times like 10. Like it was so overwhelming. But it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Like it didn't hurt. Well, some things hurt. Your hands at some points were like coals, and other times they were like ice. And that hurt. And other than that, it was very relieving, confusing at times, but after the third session, I feel a lot better.
I would like to say that the song that's playing right now is one of the songs that would upset him, and he has no reaction to it right now.
Wow, I didn't even catch that.
That was the first song that came on.
I started to tune in and listen to it. I really like this guy, but like, I don't know why.
Whatever else was
after
in
last
there,
night,
Yeah.
I didn't like it, and before I came here, I didn't want to hear it. But once just release, just let go, and just let your body take over. Like I was fighting with myself when that song came on. Like I'm like, dude, just relax, let it get out. And then a part of me was like, no, like you don't like this. I didn't like that last night. Don't do this again. And I'm just like, nope, you're gone. Nope, I'm sorry, dude, but get out. And I just let my body take over. And it wasn't as tense as last night. But last night was... I don't even know how to explain last night. I'm still skeptical. And there's proof, like, it happened. Like, I'm not the type of person to make stuff up. I don't like that. I like seeing things with my own eyes. And if you're watching this video in disbelief, I totally get it. But get a session done before you make your mind up about what's real and what's not and what you believe. And you may have a different experience than me, but it's definitely something you should experience, regardless of how you feel about it. Very powerful.
Well said.
Very powerful. And that's the only words that can describe it, is power. And just emotion and so many things, but nothing at the same time.
He'd start to get it.
It's very overwhelming, but calming at the same time. There's no words to describe what happened. And it's like looking back, it's like a dream. It's all fuzzy. I remember bits and pieces. I remember my eyes being open at one point last night, and they were just stuck. Like I was blinking and I was there, but I wasn't in control. I was just letting whatever was happening just happen. And I remember just being stuck, just like, not in a bad way, but just like, whatever was happening just happened. And it was so weird. So weird. And weird is just my way of saying, I don't know what the fuck happened, how the fuck it happened. It was very cool, very weird, but awesome. Like, it's really...
One of the craziest things for me from this session that I was able to obtain is the ability to communicate with the entity. It's crazy, because there's a time when I'm working on you, and it's like I'm saying stuff in my head. I'm like telling this entity, like, look, you are not welcome here. You need to get out, and invoking ascended masters and specific guides in Christ also. And every time I invoke Christ, you really start, like, it really starts getting mad.
Making me angry,
it's very, it's very strange.
And you've never had that happen before?
Yes, I have, actually, with my first serious extraction patient. Worse.
Worse than mine?
Oh yeah, it was growling at me and laughing at me, yelling at me.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was a gem that I was able to really pull.
Filial commitment mirrors the belief that spirit is unreachable.
That's good.
Love
That was good.